So it finally happened. It has happened. Something that I've been pushing for, you've been pushing for. The entire comment section on any bit of social media that this company has been pushing for. Footlocker actually has raffles now. I can't believe it's happened. I guess we can be friends again, Footlocker. Hey, what up? I'm MITUS, and this is another episode of Creased. Now, if you haven't seen the news, Footlocker has bowed to the pressure. They're actually doing raffles now. These aren't in-store raffles, and they're not the same sort of system that they have in America, but they are doing a raffle to make it a little bit more fairer, and it works. Now, prior to this, with COVID and everything, the only way you could get hyped items or launch items was through an online drop. The problem was they were gone in seconds. Then they put up this tent that was meant to filter it out and do all this, but I'll be honest, the bots got everything, we got nothing. Prior to that, you had a chance. So I don't know what difference made there, but for whatever reason, it didn't work. They've gone back to the drawing board. They've taken on all our criticisms. You know, Footlocker. They even made fun of it when they announced it. But they're using a secondary website called Equal Run Fair. So basically they take it out of Footlocker's hands. So there's no chance of backdooring, right? As many of you have probably said in comments, I've seen it. They use a multi-step security verification. They also, on the back end, will go through entries as well. Now, this all sounds good in theory, but does it work? I went in the first raffle that I saw, which was for some dunks. And I'll be honest, I haven't been able to cop a dunk in a long time. The only dunks I've been able to get were the Nike by You joints, and even then they were hard. I was on a refresh battle for like 4 hours. So this was going to be the test. If I'm being honest, it wasn't a shoe I was really checking for, but I felt like I needed to test out the raffle system, and it worked. My raffle entry was drawn, shoes came in. So let's see them right now. So my first raffle with Footlocker, and we got a dub straight away. We've mentioned before that it's run separately from Footlocker, like an outside company runs this, right? It's literally called Run Fair. Now, anything in the world is susceptible to corruption, right? But for me, I think this is the best option. I think taking the company outside of itself, using someone else, that's a pretty big step, right? But that's not what we're here for. Let's check out these shoes. So, I know what they are. It was literally the first thing that I saw raffle for. Red and white Nike GR type box. Now this is something I really wasn't checking for, I'll be honest. It was just to see how the raffle system went, and I won. So I tell you what, quality control on these isn't as good as the oh man, there's like marks all over that. There's literally like glue stains on there. I thought it was paint, but I'm thinking it's glue. I'm not mad at these. I like the colorway, obviously it's the Wu-Tang thing. Which, if you didn't realize by a couple episodes, massive Wu-Tang fan. I was probably good on these, considering I've already got the Air Jordan 1s, I've got the Pollen High. But seeing this in person, I'm not mad at them. I think, just in general, dunk lows seem to me to be a little bit more comfortable than a Air Jordan 1 low. So I'll probably wear these a bit more. Quality, I'd say somewhere in between the Air Jordan 1 low and the Air Jordan 1 high. But yeah, look, I'm not mad at this. And for something that I just really wanted to test out to see if their raffle system works, not too bad. Not too bad, Nike. Now obviously, this here, I don't think there's any sort of crazy hype on these. Are they a brick? No. They're still a dunk. People are still trying to resell them for like around $300. That's gradually dropped. But what I do think is Footlocker gets some of the biggest allocations of shoes within Australia, right? And now bots aren't getting 30 pairs each. They're getting maybe 1 pair, 2 pairs, you know, maybe 3, 4, not like 20, 30 pairs, right? So you're getting more sneakerheads that are actually getting shoes in hand. There's going to be less demand. I mean, for me personally, I'm not really paying resale. Some people may, some people might, but I feel like they've got a better chance now to just get them. Yeah, I can't say much more about these because I do really like them. You know, a couple of glue stains and everything. I don't even know what the fuck that is. That's like a, it's like a black thread where they've used to pull the thread through, and they've just got to finish it. Used to see that, you can tell by that loop there. Used to see that on soccer balls occasionally. I'll have to cut that off myself. Damn, Nike, the quality control is slipping. Seriously, Nike? Come on, man. We gotta sort this quality control out. That's not on. I don't mind on a soccer ball, but on a shoe, come on. You know what that is. Look, I'll be honest, before they'd arrived, I'd already said to someone that, look, I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep these, or just for the video, whatever. You know, I'll do a retail assist to one of the homies. But now that I've got them in hand, that same feeling, that woo feeling, I think I'm going to keep them. I'm going to have to keep them. But let's get back to the raffle talk. Now, I'm still seeing people comment, not as much, but still seeing it, comment Footlocker all this and go back to in-store releases. For whatever reason, they've deemed it not safe to do in-store releases still. Some places are in and out of lockdown, it changes all the time, right? This is the best option, having a raffle. Me personally, if stores are able to open, I feel like an in-store raffle where you actually got to show ID is probably the best way, but this is the next best thing, right? And you can't say that Footlocker is backdooring it to their staff, which is what I saw in comments, because it's run by a complete separate entity. And even if it wasn't, the raffle isn't run by individual stores. That's where you're getting backdoored, right? But this is head office transferring it to another company to run their raffle. This is as fair as it can get. The other aspect of it, because I was seeing a lot of people saying this is the same system that Culture Kings uses. It's true, it is the same system that Culture Kings uses, and I've never won through Culture Kings. The difference is Footlocker get a lot more stock than Culture Kings. Footlocker get a bigger allocation than Culture Kings. So if a few resellers slip through the cracks on Culture Kings versus Footlocker, it's different, yeah? But it is still the fairest way to go about it. It's funny, when this had happened, right, and I won my first raffle, the first one I ever went into, and it's probably been the only one that's had any interest for me. The Lightning 4s, I thought about it, but I'm like, I'm probably not going to wear them. But the first one I went into, I won. You still had a lot of people going, oh, you know, and they said, oh, the only reason you won is because they're bricks. And I'm like, well, or like I keep saying, I said there, I said now, I say here, Footlocker get a bigger allocation, right? When you get something like the Air Jordan 1 High Pollens, I won from Supply, but Supply will get X amount of stock. Footlocker's going to get a lot more because they cover the entire country. Supply is, I think, Sydney and Melbourne based. So 2 boutique sized stores. If you've ever been to, I've been to the Sydney one, it's quite small. So what I'm really saying here is Footlocker's done the right thing. They've outsourced this raffle system. I'm sure it's costing them money to do so. And let's face it. Yes, customers are getting upset. Yes, their comments were getting filled, but they're still selling the shoes. If it's to us or to resellers or to bots or whatever, they're still selling the shoes. They're still making money. They didn't have to, and now they're spending money to make sure it's fairer for everyone. That's got to be commended. But what do you guys think? Have you entered a raffle with Footlocker? Did you know Footlocker's doing raffles now? Leave it in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that. And we'll just keep doing this twice a week. Peace.